One of the things that annoys me the most is when I have a whole chicken and the only thing that gets done with it is it just gets bunged in the oven and roasted, and kind of essentially large parts of it wasted, because there is so much you can take from one bird in order to make multiple meals. I love using the thighs for things like the barbecue. Steve, you like lollipops?
I'm going to say I like the lollipops, but we have a customer that loves the parson's noses, which I think you did on a barbecuing demo.
I absolutely love the parson's nose. The parson's nose, you get one per bird, delicacy in like Vietnam, and Asian countries. Fantastic on the barbecue. People love wings. If you're a family and you're buying multiple chickens to last you the week, it's just as cheap to clip the wings off.
It is. I'm going to say clipping the wings off are quite easy, isn't it? We got three joints. I know there's the 2 joints here are really, really meaty. And if we clip those off, those are really nice, especially as appetizers, and the children want something to eat quite quickly when they come home from school or something like that. Where we can just, buffalo wing. Oh, stunning.
They're great.
Yes, taking me back to childhood now again.
So there are so many joints that you can get off of one single bird, and it's a shame to pop them in the oven, roast them, tear off some of the breast meat, serve that around, and then the carcass gets picked at, and maybe you end up with a bowl of shredded chicken in the fridge for the next week, which you maybe use for burritos or sandwiches. But you can get so much more out of just the one bird. And this is something that you'll be able to learn from Steve on his courses. And just to show you that anyone can learn,
I'm going to go for it, Richard.
Steve is going to be showing me. Now,
right.
I have a couple of favourite cuts that I like from the chicken.
Yes, definitely.
One of them is I like to have the crown.
Yes.
Minus the wings.
Yeah. So the picnic.
Yeah. Picnic is fantastic. If you keep the rib cage in, it's also nice and easy because it sits nicely in the pan.
It does.
The legs are brilliant. Bone-in thighs is something I like, and of course taking the parson's nose off.
Right.
So.
I'd like to pop your apron on, Richard, and we'll crack on with a small, quick demonstration.
And hopefully you'll be able to follow along with Steve's teaching, and I won't be doing too badly too. I like these new aprons. These are
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, with the Perry's Field to Fork.
Yes, Mrs. Hill. Right.
So you've got your chicken.
We've got our chicken.
You got it home.
So if we
very sharp.
This is a very sharp knife. So count your fingers before we start. Yeah. What I usually do, and it's something that I don't usually tell anybody, and as should, is I place the 2 legs in the outside 2 fingers.
So like
excellent.
Chicken knuckle dusters.
Yes. So, and then we
other
place
hand, right?
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Excellent. So, and then we place our knife, and we're going to take, if we see a slightly diagonal line.
So where the sort of muscle sits in, where you get that pull.
And you can see, as we move it, you can see the line, and there's a natural...
Like where the leg joint is.
It is. Yeah. The leg joint is here, so we're coming... Is that joint just there?
Yeah.
You can see that little line. So, place, and then just push down gently, and pull back, and you should...
Without too much trouble.
Go on,
pushing
Richard.
through the bone as well?
Yeah, push through the bone. Excellent.
So that was a very sharp knife.
Yeah, very sharp knife.
So basically I shouldn't liken this to a person, but the crease of the hip.
Correct. Excellent. That's where you've got
your chicken knuckle dusters.
Yeah. I'm going to say, it's one easy way of, we can pull, but we're also coming away from ourselves.
It's also freed up a really good part of the bird as well.
It has. Yeah. And you were talking earlier about doing your crown.
Yeah.
I think we'll do the breast first, because I think there's less work in the crown itself.
Okay.
Because we'll play with those in a second.
Yep, so pop these to the side.
Yep. So we're talking about the wings, and we're going to look at the joint, which is
turn
in
the bird away from yourself.
Turn the bird away.
Take the wing close to yourself.
And pull.
Like you just did with the legs, so you create that little crease.
Create that crease, place the knife in, and push down.
Slight angle towards the bird.
Yep.
And you will have to go through bone.
You go through a joint, and I think you're slightly too high, Richard.
I might be.
You might. That's it. Right next to the breast. Yes.
So you're actually putting it into the body of the chicken.
Into the body of the chicken, right into the body, and push. Come on, Richard, just look at that.
I do that thing that all stronger people do, which is to reluctantly push hard. Just in case it goes too far.
So that's excellent. And then Again, we're doing exactly the same. We're putting the knife against the breast.
So we're going in like this.
That's it. Excellent. And then push down and cut through. Excellent.
That was a bit smoother.
Yeah. And then for your crown, because this is really good for stock.
This is, yeah, so you've got all of this awesome bone, tissue, muscle.
We can, towards the neck, because the neck's here, we're just going to cut. So we're going to catch. Yeah, so we're going to catch the top of the neck and we're going to push straight the way through.
And this end?
We're going to turn it around, Richard. That's it. Perfect.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
And you're just going to go along the base of the rib cage?
Along the base of the rib cage, but you're going to come
to
just
where
the tip of the neck, above the base of the wing and the tip of the neck.
And I've handily left a little bit of the wing behind so I can see where I'm going.
Where are you going?
So you do this like this?
I do.
Toward yourself without removing any
No,
fingers.
not towards yourself.
Away from yourself?
Yes, always away.
Right.
You know how sharp that knife is.
Yeah, I've just cut through the head. So that's fine. Will I hit bone on the way? Am I hitting ribs on the way?
You're going to hit ribs, you're going to cut through the bone, and you'll probably count them as you go through, because if you can see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have trouble holding the bird still, and a fear of just taking my fingers off.
Hence why we're pushing away from ourselves.
Yeah.
Excellent. You're nearly there?
I am nearly there.
Yeah. Go on.
I got it?
Yep. Are we cut
I've
it?
got a bit of bone here. Just brute it through?
Yep. There we are.
Fair enough.
How's that?
Yep. I think a lot of people will have this issue of not wanting to go forward.
Not go forward.
And you really, I'm finding I'm really holding back on
Yeah.
really, just in case I just...
You have just got, if you're pushing away from yourself, you're never going to cut yourself. And you know, one of these courses will give you the confidence to do this at home.
Yeah.
You know, as we've got the bone, so it's going to cook on the bone, it can roast on the bone, we can do it on the barbecue. You know, as you say, it's...
I obviously do a lot of cooking, but I make Steve do all of my jointing.
But I think I should do the cooking and you should do the jointing.
Swap.
Yes.
So there we go. So now this is our crown.
That's our crown.
And that is basically still on the bone to this point, which makes this very easy to roast, very easy to serve up. And you like to go one step further, don't you, by picnicking it?
I do. I like to picnic because I like my soups as a later, but also when we go out, because my daughter does a lot of horse trials, to take something with us, especially on the things she does on a Sunday, and miss out on Sunday lunch, which is something I really, really like. So a bit of salad, your picnic ham with a bit of stuffing or a bit of sausage meat inside it.
Yeah.
It's just like home. So what I've done is just remove the...
So this is like your classic, it's called a picnic joint because it's perfect for taking on a picnic. You take that bone that mine still has out by basically cutting along it like Steve just has. And what this allows you to do is stuff this with whatever you want, preferably something that you don't mind cutting into and eating, because once you've stuffed it, you roll it up, roast it like this, maybe tied with some string, and you will slice it like a...
we can slice it, we can do it,
And it works wonderfully as cold meat for, say, sandwiches or on a picnic.
Yep.
Or it works really nicely as a roast joint.
As a roast joint as well, which is really, really flavoursome.
Which is good, which is great. So you have loads of stock, materials for stock, wings which are going to be fantastic. Say as a family, we tend to have 2 to 3 chickens a week, which means you are going to have 6 wings. Obviously, when people roast a chicken, the wings get pulled off and picked at. They're not going to miss them.
No.
Everyone is out of the house on a Friday night. Save them all for then and eat them yourself.
And that's so much easier to do, like your buffalo wings, is cut them into 2 joints, because you can put the wing tips into the soup.
So always thinking of getting more and more stock. These wing tips we're cutting off about here.
That's it.
Just basically again where the joint is.
Just through the joint.
On which side of the joint now?
It's straight away through the middle.
Straight through the middle of the joint?
Yeah, excellent.
Easy. That's going to go in the stock pot.
First time lucky.
Yep. The lower portion, the very this is the meaty lollipop.
I'm going to say this is the most meatiest portion, as you say, but there's 2 little tiny bones in here.
And these people love these because of how easy they are to pick up, and you just kind of grab them by that bone.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones where you just kind of
You can suck on it.
So don't just serve the whole wing to people.
No.
Take these. Take it here.
That's definite.
Yep.
Excellent. Go on.
Crack through. Watch me do this badly now.
Oh.
Not too bad.
No,
Passable. That's the first part. Just by doing that, it looks like you've got so much more.
Yes.
As well. And then this part, the really meaty part of the wing, is the one that you really heavily season up. And if you've got charcoal grill, anything like that, it's going to be brilliant. And why not? Let's do it with this one too. See what I've learned.
Come on.
Let's get rid of the wingtip.
Yes.
That's gone. Oh, no, nearly. Yes.
Go on.
Pull with the knife, not with the meat.
That's right.
Find the joint here. Straight through the middle of this one.
Excellent.
Oh, it's turned up a bit. If I can do it, everyone else can. Come on.
Go on, Richard.
There we go.
Excellent.
That's the part that will just fall apart. And then here is your...
The really tasty meaty bit.
So we've got, this looks like, there's 2 chickens here. We haven't touched the legs yet. But there is so much there.
There's so much more already, isn't there?
And any family of 3-4 people, that is enough to put in the oven to roast. Save all of this for something else.
Yeah.
Right, what have we got next then, Steve?
So we're going to put these breasts to one side. We're going to save that for a meal and this one for a meal.
Yeah. So I'm keeping mine crown. You're having yours picnic.
Picnic. Right. Pair of legs.
Okey-doke.
I think we should pinch the parson's nose off before, because I know what's going to happen. You're going to lose that.
That is true. So really important part. This part here. It's the tail feathers. It's where the tail feathers go. So what do we do?
So all I've done is equal. So the amount of skin, the amount of meat again, and just push the knife into it, and you'll just cut through the little
2 different
joints.
sides, or you straight across?
I'm just going straight in, pointing on a diagonal.
Yep.
And then we'll cut the other side afterwards.
So like that?
Yes.
Spin
and then
it
same
round.
again.
Same again. I remember, there we go, perfect.
I gotta say.
Yeah. I remember giving Steve an order for something. I messaged him one day, I was like, how many chickens are you doing this week? Wouldn't you need the parson's
And how many
nose?
parson's noses can I have?
So I remember speaking to another friend of mine who works in butchery, and he was saying that when they do the legs, it's the sort of quarters of chickens.
Yes.
They just cut it and they leave it on one side.
On one side or the other.
Yeah, so a lot of people would end up really wasting that because they'll just half that and one side will
That's right.
Yeah.
And to make it easier, so we can make oyster thighs,
Yep.
we will remove the spinal bone.
Okay, so this was the first part that you cut off from the crown, which was really easy, but you've obviously got the spine here.
Yeah.
So let's look at removing that to make these usable.
We've got a little. So the bone.
Okay, you did it that way around.
Yep, I did.
So legs,
nice and easy.
Legs to the left.
Yep. And we can see the little.
So there's the bone there.
And it's just like a plate.
Yep, you can feel that by pulling back. And you're going to go underneath it?
We're going to go straight the way down on the slightly diagonal.
Like this?
Towards the spine, and we should find a little joint.
There's a joint
Find
there.
something like that.
I'm supposed to go under this bit as well? Oh, there we go.
Oh, excellent.
So it's just a little repositioning there where I hit that bit was fine. So then I've got my leg with no shards of bone.
No shards of bone.
Maybe a little piece. When you're learning, just be careful. Because you will, especially with knives this sharp, if you're like me, you will end up with little bits of bone that you've chipped off. Got any more? Maybe a piece there?
Go on, Richard.
I think so. That's safe, right? Steve's grimacing when he sees me put the knife anywhere near.
Especially when you need your fingers, I'm quite
Right. So that's one leg.
One leg.
We do the same on this
Does the same again. So
what did I do? So this one has to be facing this way, really, doesn't it?
it certainly does.
So you're going to pull that nice and straight. Find the... Where are we
It's
looking?
just here.
Okay.
And then we're going to go through, straight down.
I assume this one should be a bit easier, right?
We hope so. Unless you're slightly too high. That's the one. Perfect. Go on.
Because I've got the bone.
You're cutting through the bone, so what you're not doing is coming down towards the base.
Right, so because I was hitting the bone, I need to be slightly higher.
Yes. Excellent.
then
Now you've found it.
There we go. And then crack. Yeah, so if you find that you're just going in and you're hitting something, it's because you're hitting the bone, so you just need to move up slightly. Nice and simple. There we go.
So now we have a bit more stock.
Yep.
And 2 nice legs.
2 nice legs. Now, you wouldn't leave it at that, would you?
No, I wouldn't. I like to do my drumsticks, and I like to have my thighs on the bone and my oysters.
Thighs on the bone are massively underrated.
So if we bend, we can see the joint. It's here.
So we see the hinge in the knee.
The hinge, and we're just going straight the way through.
Above where the hinge is?
Right in the middle of the hinge.
Like here?
Yes.
So you should feel a bit of bone. Too much bone?
Too much bone.
There. Okay, so
you were millimeters out.
didn't require much effort. So if it's, just up, down till you find the middle of that bone, that's slid through.
If we can get that, it's perfect.
Okay.
No pressure.
Thigh and bone. And we're doing the next one.
We'll go on then.
That was alright-ish.
We're close.
Yeah. So that goes into the pile.
And again.
So now, find the wiggle.
And the wiggle. So you can see that. You can see that's the one.
So you can see where the muscle sheaths have joined.
Yes.
So I want to be hitting along this line.
That line, excellent.
So if I go here,
that's the one.
Let's see if Steve was telling the truth, or if I'm just a terrible shot. Here?
You missed slightly on the...
I'm just making up for it with a bit of strength now. Just so you look good. So what have I done there? I've gone through the bone in the wrong place.
have. It's just... You are millimetres. It's just here.
Yeah.
It's...
that was a good guideline
it
to
was,
be aiming for.
yeah.
And now that's left that little floating piece of bone here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut that away now. This piece here.
That's your kneecap. That's your patella.
Yeah. So common sporting injury for chickens.
Yeah.
Again, which was this? I've just messed up all the piles. That was the bone pile. And
That's the bone pile. That's the bone.
and I threw my legs.
You put your thighs into it.
Yeah. So no bone. No bone. I didn't throw anything else in there, did I? No.
No, not yet.
There we go.
We know what we're having with tea, Richard.
Chicken.
Chicken.
For the next 10 days. So there we go. Obviously, you need a very sharp knife to do this. But I would be much happier picking up 2 or 3 chickens, jointing them like this, even doing the legs and the crown apart. And then when you've done that, you may as well take the wings off. And then when you've taken the wings off, you may as well cut them into those portions. And then you've got to go to the legs, so you may as well separate the legs. And once you've done that, you may as well drumstick them. It actually all becomes very easy. Now, I have done a chicken with you once before.
Yeah, this is the second one.
Yeah, this is the second time I've done this. First time there was a lot more hacking involved, but I would say that's not too bad. So you can follow along this video, go back, look at it, follow it along, and do this yourself. Or you can come and have Steve teach you at one of the courses.
And then we can have some fun.
We can, because then you can cook it with me afterwards.
And that's what we're looking forward to, Richard, because, as I say, cooking the parson's nose, if we can get 8 to 10 people, we can have 8 to 10 parson's noses, and then we'll be fighting over
We'd
them.
have to share them, that's the problem. So these are fantastic, massively underrated piece of meat.
Yeah, we don't tell anybody about those.
No, I'm reluctant to tell people about
I think
them
you
now.
need to edit that bit out of the video. Yeah,
We'll
don't
leave
tell
it.
anybody about those.
But they're fantastic.
Wings are fine. Oyster thighs are fine.
There you go. So jointing a full chicken in maybe under 10 minutes. I'll see you when I get round to editing this video. Brilliant. And it's not as frightening as it looks.
No,
really.
no, it isn't.
So,
Thank you, Richard.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Chicken hands.
Chicken hands.
Let's get cleaned up.
I would say the foul.
I'll leave it on that. That's good fun.